It's 10:30 p.m., and you're in your child's room for the fourth time tonight. Mommy, just 5 more minutes. Daddy, I'm thirsty. I need to go potty again. You've tried everything. Read all the articles. Listen to all the advice. But nothing works. And as exhaustion takes over your body, one question won't leave your mind. What am I doing wrong? The answer might surprise you, because maybe you're not doing anything wrong. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why bedtime becomes a battle, and how to stop it without fights or guilt. The problem might be in how your child's brain processes bedtime. Every night, millions of parents face the same battle: the bedtime resistance. But here's what most people don't understand: this isn't about discipline. It's not about being a bad parent. It's about child psychology, and how the developing brain interprets separation and routine. When your child fights sleep, their brain is actually doing something very specific. Something that makes perfect sense, once you understand what's really happening. Psychologists see this pattern all the time. Let's talk about what happens in a child's mind at bedtime. For adults, sleep is rest, recovery, peace. But for a young child? Sleep means something completely different. Sleep means separation from you. Sleep means losing control. Sleep means missing out on whatever might happen while they're unconscious. Their primitive brain sees bedtime as a threat, not a comfort. And this triggers what psychologists call separation anxiety response. Think about the last time your child resisted bedtime. What did they ask for? Water. Bathroom. One more story. One more hug. Notice the pattern? Every request has one thing in common. It keeps you in the room. It extends the connection. It delays the separation. Your child isn't being manipulated, they're being human. Their brain is doing exactly what evolution designed it to do. Keeping the parent close means safety, means survival, means security. Now here's where it gets interesting. The more you fight this resistance, the stronger it becomes. Because every time you show frustration, every time you show anxiety about bedtime, you confirm their fear. You prove that bedtime is something to worry about. Think about it. If you're stressed about bedtime, if you're tense, if you're counting the minutes until they finally sleep, your child feels that energy. And their brain interprets it as, Mom is worried, something must be wrong. I should stay alert. This creates a cycle. Your stress feeds their resistance increases your stress. And every night, the battle gets a little harder. But what if I told you there's a way to break this cycle? A way that doesn't involve crying it out, doesn't involve strict rules, doesn't involve fighting. The secret is in understanding one simple truth. You can't force a child to sleep, but you can create conditions where sleep becomes safe. Let me explain. The most powerful tool you have isn't a routine, isn't a schedule, isn't a perfect environment. It's predictability. A child's brain craves predictability like oxygen. When they know exactly what comes next, when there are no surprises, when the pattern is solid, their nervous system can relax. But here's the mistake most parents make. They create complicated routines, 20 steps, 45 minutes, exhausting rituals. And then life happens. One night you're tired. One night you're late. One night something changes. And the whole system collapses. Because complex routines are fragile. And if you skip this next part, bedtime will keep getting worse, even if everything else is right. The simpler your routine, the more consistent you can be. And consistency is everything. Here's what actually works. Pick 3 things, just 3. 3 simple actions that happen every single night, in the same order, at roughly the same time. Maybe it's bath, book, bed. Maybe it's pajamas, teeth, story. The specific activities don't matter as much as you think. What matters is the repetition. What matters is the predictability. What matters is that your child's brain learns. After this happens, then sleep comes. No surprises. No variations. No negotiations. Now here's the part that changes everything. The emotional energy you bring to this routine. If you approach bedtime like a battle, your child will prepare for war. If you approach bedtime like a negotiation, your child will learn to bargain. But if you approach bedtime like gravity, inevitable, neutral, unchanging, your child will accept it the same way. Think about how you handle other non-negotiables. You don't ask your child if they want to wear a seatbelt. You don't debate whether they should touch a hot stove. You simply state the reality, with calm certainty. Bedtime needs the same energy. Not angry, not frustrated, not pleading. Just certain. It's bedtime now. This is what we do. Here's what this looks like in practice. Your child says, "I'm not tired." You don't argue, you don't explain, you don't convince. You simply say, "I understand," and it's still bedtime. Your child asks for water for the 3rd time. You calmly say, "You had water, it's time to sleep now." No emotion, no frustration, no engagement with the resistance. Just gentle, firm consistency. Now let me address the guilt you might be feeling. Because I know what you're thinking. But what if they really need something? What if I'm being too harsh? What if they're scared? Listen carefully to this. Creating boundaries around sleep isn't harsh, it's loving. Your child needs sleep more than they need another story. Your child needs rest more than they need another 5 minutes. And your child needs to learn that you are confident in your decisions, because that confidence creates security. When you waver, when you doubt, when you give in, just this once, you're not being kind, you're creating confusion. You're teaching them that the rules aren't real, that persistence wins, that your boundaries can be broken. And that makes them feel less safe, not more. Here's something else most parents don't realize. The resistance often gets worse before it gets better. When you first start implementing consistent boundaries, your child will test them harder. This is called an extinction burst in psychology. It's their brain's last attempt to restore the old pattern. And this is where most parents give up. They think, it's not working, it's making things worse. But it's not making things worse, it's working exactly as it should. Your child is checking. Are these new rules real, or will they break like before? If you stay consistent through the extinction burst, something magical happens. The resistance drops dramatically. Because their brain finally learns. The boundary is real, I can stop fighting it. Now let's talk about the transition time. The 20 minutes before the routine starts. This is where you set up success or failure. If you're running around, finishing tasks, answering emails, watching TV, and then suddenly announce, time for bed, you're asking your child's nervous system to shift from chaos to calm instantly. That's not realistic. Instead, create a bridge time. Dim the lights. Lower your voice. Slow down your movements. Give their brain time to shift gears. Think of it like landing a plane. You don't go from full speed to stopped in 1 second. You gradually descend, gradually slow, Gradually prepare. The same applies to bedtime. One final truth that might be hard to hear. Sometimes the resistance isn't about the routine at all. Sometimes it's about connection. If your child hasn't had enough quality time with you during the day, bedtime becomes their last chance. And they'll fight to extend it, because they're still hungry for your attention. This doesn't mean you need to spend hours playing. It means you need 15 minutes of undivided attention, where they feel truly seen. Before the bedtime routine even starts. Fill their connection tank, and the bedtime resistance often dissolves on its own. Because they're not fighting sleep anymore, they were fighting for you. So here's what you're going to do tonight. Simplify your routine to 3 steps. Approach it with calm certainty, not frustration. Give them connection time before bed starts. Stay consistent, even when they test the boundaries. And remember this. You're not teaching them to sleep, you're teaching them to trust. Trust that you're in control. Trust that bedtime is safe. Trust that the morning will come. That trust is worth more than any perfect routine. That trust will serve them far beyond childhood. And that trust starts tonight, with your consistency.